I'm going to bring it out now because sometimes I forget. If you want to use your folders, pull out the finance folder, which is in red. On it, document my existing recurring expenses. Document subscriptions you've got, document insurances you pay, document car payments, document your HOA fee if you have one, your mortgage payment on one sheet. It is so helpful to know because from that we can work on stuff. I'm going to give you a couple of big takeaways right now. One of the big takeaways that many of the people I'm working with are saving $1,000 to $2,000 a year on is reducing the cost of their phone bill. I was walking through Target the other day. Some girl looks at me and goes, "How much you paying for your monthly wireless phone charge?" And I said, $22.92. She goes, "You're the only person I've ever said that to that knew the number down to the penny." And I said, "Yeah, it's $275 through visible.com. It runs on the Verizon network. I prepay for it. Everything's included." She's like, "Oh, well, we can't touch that." She was selling wireless through Target, I guess. They have a wireless arrangement affiliate in that regard. She goes, "Well, how much are you paying for your cable? Your internet access?" And I said, "0. It's part of our HOA, our homeowners association fee." And she goes, "Well, I can't help you." And I said, "Curious, what's the normal rate people are paying?" When you ask them, if they know. She goes, "It's usually $40 to $60 a month per line." And I'm like, yeah, I scoured that. I found visible.com and I got my whole family on it. And it's a monthly or yearly prepay and it's all inclusive. There's no like tax fees and extra fees and stuff. I mean, there is extra fees if you go overseas. It's $10 a day. And with some of their plans, they offer it for you. So then another area outside of phone bill is car insurance, especially here in Florida. Ian came through a few years ago, Hurricane Ian, and all car insurance rates jacked way up because they had a lot of claims to pay. Well, there was a tort reform and a fee reform that was rolled out in January of 2026, a few months back. And about every quarter, I'll go through and rerun the 3 cars that I'm responsible for through insurance. And it went from $443 a month for those 3 cars to $243 a month. $200 a month times 12, over $2,400 a year. So car insurance, when's the last time you've quoted car insurance to lower your break even? Of course, the whole aim of these things is to lower your break even to feel more freedom. You feel the connection point? Another area I took a look at, and I actually help people do this, where they take their grocery receipts and run them through AI, scan them, throw them in AI. You could use Grok, you could use Gemini, ChatGPT, throw them in there and say, listen, here's all the stuff we typically buy. Maybe you get a few receipts, throw them in as a project in Grok, throw them in as a notebook LM in Google. And then you put those receipts in there and say, please scan these receipts and tell me where I can get these things for the least amount And so what it determined was these are things that are fresh produce that you have to get live, so to speak, or you can have them, they do this curbside thing where you can have them do it and bring it to your house. You could do it that way. But they said, here's the things you can get on Amazon, and here's 2 things I need you to hear. One, Amazon offers a store card, which is not a credit card. It's the Amazon Prime store card. I think it's the Amazon Prime store card. It gives you 5% off anything you buy on Amazon. And if you have Prime, you get free shipping. So I think it is Amazon Prime store card, I think. I'll make sure to link to it in the show notes. On top of that, for things that we buy repetitively, Amazon typically gives you 2 to 10% off if you sign up for that thing as a subscription. So I just did the math on this before today's session. I found out like cat food and like these chopsticks that I love, these healthy grass-fed, grass-finished beef jerky sticks, essentially. I'm getting at least 10% off retail on both of these because I have them as subscriptions and I'm using the Amazon card. If you're not needing that thing right away, Amazon offers 1 more percentage point to do the delivery on an Amazon day. So instead of 5%, they'll give you 6% if you just do it on Amazon day. And you set your own Amazon day per week. Ours is Wednesday. So if I don't need anything immediately, like overnight or within a day or 2, we'll just bundle it all into the Amazon day delivery. And right there is like 12%. So then you ask, is this actually less than going to a store and buying it? Keeping in mind your time, money associated to time, and the actual cost, and it's always been equal or within pennies. It's never been like outrageously more expensive, meaning that Amazon's outrageously more expensive than just going to a grocery store to do it. So these 3 things are critical for you. Check your phone bill, run it through Visible. Very easy transfer process. Huge savings for most people. They also offer through a firm, presuming you have good credit, they offer the ability to buy the new phones and put them on 36-month payment plans. And that's 0% interest typically. So when you go into Visible and you're like, I want to get a new phone, I want to get the latest iPhone or the latest Pixel or whatever it is, you can do that and it bundles it in and it sets your account up with a firm and it sets your a Visible account up. And that phone is usually delivered. Anytime we've done it that way, it's delivered next day. So we're in business immediately. Is that helpful? So phone, car insurance, just go to progressive.com, geico.com, all the different big providers. Key in your stuff. I have a grid in my Exceptional Life Playbook, of course, of my VIN numbers, car models, all the stuff that they ask with my coverage limits. So it's all apples to apples as I go into these things, and I already know what it is. I just bring up that note, I go in, put it all in, boop, see what the price is. If it's within range, okay, maybe I don't really want to do anything with it, but that's what happened earlier this year in February when I ran through Progressive, and I saw it was $243 for the same coverage on the same cars instead of $443. I'm like, what? That's insane. And then the third area is the store cards. So I gave you the Amazon store card 5%, 6% if you do Amazon Day, plus the subscription part where you get another typically 2 to 10% off the item. But there are store cards at Walmart, 5%, Target, 5%, and I'm certain with most stores they have some form of incentive to use their card for their thing. A lot of them, Targets and Amazons, they have a debit version. You can also get a credit card version. I use the debit version for those two. And I get 5% at Target off. And I get 5%, well, even 6%, depending on how I do that with Amazon times the subscription savings. So financial mastery right out of the gate, right? So a couple life principles for you as we step into our work today. Let's move this guy off camera, shall we? First and foremost, and this was something we've been living to, is a penny saved is a penny earned. This is the life principle that we just talked through in mass. How are you feeling about that?